welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here today. I was trying to find another space in my house that I could film this today, just to change it up for you guys, keep it more interesting. But this is honestly the only stretch of clean space in my house right now. And by clean, I mean it's not cluttered with toys and clothes and whatever else is going on in our house. So here we are again. So today I want to talk to you guys about monthly goals, and with August already here, I am putting into place a few goals, and then we'll follow up with a check-in after the month is over, and then set some new goals for September. So this month I'm going to focus on three things. Keeping it simple, right? That's the motto of my life these days. Keep it simple. And the number one thing that I'm going to be working on is getting my health and wellness back on track. So a couple of things I'm going to do this month to help myself in that area is to exercise regularly. And by that, I mean at least 3 times a week. Hopefully I can get in more, but I'm going to be realistic with myself and set realistic expectations. And 3 days a week is about and fair amount of days that I can squeeze in a workout. So 3 days a week workout. I am currently working out in the morning at 5:30 a.m. I get up and I work out. So it's about the only time of the day that I can be guaranteed to have some time dedicated to myself for my workouts. Is it early? Yes. Am I tired? Yes. But do I want to make it happen? Yes. So I get up and I do it. Hopefully I can continue to do it, right? That's the hard part, is you have that motivation in the beginning and you're raring to go and you get up and you can do things that you wouldn't normally do or expect yourself to do, but then that motivation kind of dwindles, and that's where the discipline comes into play, right? So beyond the motivation is the discipline. So I'm going to be disciplined, hopefully, and get myself to the gym 3 days a week through the month of August. The other thing I'm going to do to help myself get on track with my health and wellness is to clean up my diet. So I honestly haven't been working out consistently or eating clean for probably the past, I would say, 3 years. It was probably right after the pandemic hit, and I was pregnant with my 3rd child. And then I just kind of was doing whatever looked good, it's popping into my mouth, just that kind of thing. So not really being mindful, I guess, of my eating. And that's an important factor of eating clean, is being mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. So being more mindful, definitely taking a pause before I just start shoveling food into my mouth and considering, is this going to be or help me move toward my goal of health and wellness? So definitely going to be paying attention to what I am eating. Along with that is a caloric deficit. A huge part of weight loss is a caloric deficit. Now, along with my health and wellness, weight loss is a part of that for me. If you're triggered by numbers and weight loss, then skip over this video, or maybe just skip forward a little bit to my next goal. But that's an important factor in my health and wellness as well. I did have gestational diabetes with my 4th child, and so therefore I'm more likely to develop that within a 5-year span after having my last baby. And so it's important to me that I pay attention to my diet, my exercise, and my weight to make sure I'm in a healthy weight range. Am I in an unhealthy weight range right now? No, but I know that my body is carrying extra weight from the pregnancies, of course, and that's not helpful to me in the long term. So getting myself back to a weight that I am comfortable with and feel healthy with and strong with, and those types of things. Also, I know that I have the power to change my external looks as much as I can, right? There's within reason. I mean, there are things that, we aren't able to change with working out and our diets, but a large portion of that we are able to control. So it's going to take that dedication. Oh, the hard part. But I can do it. I know I can. I've done it before, so I'm going to do it again. The second goal that I have on my docket for August is getting my daughter's wallpaper hung in her room. There are two little areas that we are hanging wallpaper. There's a little dress up clothes station area and her book wall area that requires just a little bit of wallpaper, how we've kind of designed it. And so I've just got to get those hung up. Super simple house goal this month, just to hang that wallpaper. But I'm excited to do that for her. I'll definitely share with you guys a before and after of that. It's going to be really cute. I'm so excited to do her room for her. She's been so patient. So we've lived in this house for 2 years now, and we haven't touched their bedrooms at all. And so we're excited to finally put a personal touch on them and make their bedrooms really an expression of their personalities and who they are. And the final thing I'm going to be focusing on this month is figuring out and getting a feel for our daily rhythm moving into activities and events and interests and all the good things that come along with the homeschool group that we're a part of starting back up. And we're going to try out a co-op this semester, which I'm excited about. We've never done one before. Part of the beauty of homeschooling is that you get to try on several different types of homeschooling. So one of those is a co-op. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. We're excited to give it a shot. Also a little bit nervous because we're a little bit more free-spirited, and there's, of course, a structure to the day. It's a long day, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes, but we're really looking forward to it, and we'll definitely let you guys know how it goes for us. But finding the daily rhythm for, how we move through our days and through the weeks, and part of that is having a morning routine schedule for my kids. Let me go get it. One thing that I have found to be a huge help to my kids in helping us move through the morning is making them this little flip chart. This is not a completed one. This is I have to print a new one because this one printed on both sides and I don't need both sides. I need one for each kid. Anyway, but I made these for them when we first moved into this house 2 years ago, and it just had little tasks that they do for the morning. So brush teeth, get dressed, strip their beds if needed, if they had an accident, and then turn off their white noise and turn off their fans and their lights when they leave the room. So that kind of stuff. Just simple little things that I can say, okay, my two older kids who are, mind you, 5 and 6, so they're still pretty young. I can say, big kids, go upstairs and get ready for the day. And that's what this is. This is getting ready for the day. So what I do is I attach a little magnet to each end, and after they complete a task, they flip it up, and what should be on this side is a check mark. That's how I print them off, but like I said, I have to reprint this one. So they flip it up and it magnets together, and it'll check it off for them. So it's really simple, really cute way. And then I take pictures of them doing those tasks and put those here along the bottom so that it's personalized for them. And so this has really helped us move through our morning. And that way, after breakfast, they go get ready for the day. And then by the time we're ready to leave the house, if it's a day that we're leaving for activities, I know that they're ready to go because they've done their morning routine. So that has been super helpful. So aside from that, aside from me making these new ones and updating these for them, also just getting a feel for the daily flow. So we still have my baby napping in the morning for an hour, and then afternoon naps for both little ones, my 2-year-old and my 9-month-old. And so just kind of getting a feel of how we kind of fit it all in and make time for activities that the kids are interested in doing. We're still doing our phonics. We're going to pick that back up. They've been doing really well with it. They really like it. I know here on the channel I talk about an unschooling type of approach that we take in our homeschooling, and it works beautifully for us. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use curriculum when you follow an interest-based child-led learning approach to homeschooling. You can use curriculum if it's something that benefits them, that they're interested in doing, if it fits a need of theirs. And so learning to read is something that they've both expressed a desire to do, and phonics has been one of the things that has been working really well for us in that department. So we're going to definitely stick with that. So I have to figure out what time of day we can fit that in for them. And then, of course, other activities as well. I want to hop back for just a minute to the first goal that I had about being more mindful of my health and wellness. And one of those also, it kind of includes the kids. And so I need to really streamline our meals. In the past, we have done sort of an open kitchen kind of eating style here in our house, and it's worked really well. But now that I have the two younger ones who are on more of a schedule of eating, and can't just go in the kitchen and really make themselves something to eat. I need to kind of streamline our meals. So I'm going to be working on that this month as well, trying out new things, what might work best for all of us. But when I say open kitchen concept, I cook or make, sometimes I cook, not much, but eggs or something, right? Something easy. Breakfast for the kids, always. I always make them breakfast. And I always try to represent a protein, a grain, and a fruit at breakfast for them to just keep it easy. I'm knowing, hey, they're getting these things at least offered to them during this mealtime. And then I always make them dinner. And so at dinner, again, we always have a source of protein, we have a source of grain typically, and then we typically have a vegetable. And so I know they're at least being offered those things at dinner time. And then in between breakfast and dinner, I prep a bunch of fruits and vegetable snacks for them, and then boiled eggs. There are always yogurts in the fridge. There's always cheese options, some meat options, just quick little deli meat options. And then of course they have the pantry where they've got the dry stuff, the jerky sticks. They have some bars in there, like the Z bars and Kai's bars. And of course, like the snacky snack options too, right? We only buy what we're comfortable with our kids eating, knowing that they could go in there and eat an entire container of one thing. And so we kind of steer clear of a couple things that we wouldn't be comfortable with them eating, like an entire bag of Cheetos. That's just not something that we really want them, eating a whole bag of. And so we also have these canisters in there that we can take, a larger bag of something. Like if we were to get Cheez-Its, we get stuff like that, right? And we put them in those canisters so we know that that's the amount that they could eat in one sitting if that were to happen, which has happened before. They don't always do that, but it has happened, right? When you give them freedom, they have to exercise that. And so they're definitely going to raid the pantry and eat whatever's in there. So make sure you buy what you're comfortable with your kids eating. And if you buy a whole bag of Cheetos and they eat the whole thing, you can't really be mad at them, right? Because you're the one that bought the Cheetos. If you subscribe to like a free range type of kitchen eating. So I know everyone has different boundaries around meal times at their home. So anyway, but what I've found lately, a problem I'm running into is that the babies are more on an eating schedule, and between breakfast and dinner, the big kids are feeding themselves, being intuitive eaters, eating when they're hungry, stopping when they're full, that kind of thing. But it's been hard for me to keep track of the time, because typically we'll close the kitchen at 3 p.m. so that the kids are hungry for dinner. It's been difficult for me to stay on top of the time with the little ones eating the meals more regularly scheduled meals, and then the older ones having free range of the kitchen. I have a hard time keeping track and letting them know like the kitchen's closing now. And so what's happening is they're going in there after 3 o'clock, and I'm finding them eating snacks, and I had no idea they were in there, and then they're not hungry for dinner. And so I'm trying to figure out a way we can streamline our meals a little bit more, even if that means I'm making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then offering it to them during the day. And if they want it, great. And if they don't, that's fine too. At least offering those meals. And then I think I'm gonna have to set like a timer on my phone or something that reminds me to let the kids know that the kitchen's closing, so that then they are hungry for dinner when it rolls around. So I'm gonna tie that into my health and wellness, my eating habits for myself. I'm also gonna do that portion of it for my family. So that is it for my goals for the month. I am really hoping to stick to them. Like I said, keeping it simple, just a few things that I can focus on and hopefully be successful at. If you guys have questions about our morning routine flip chart, let me know. I'm happy to post a little template of it if you want to do one yourself. It's really easy. I just did it on slides on Google Docs. So if you guys want to do that, or if you guys want to see this in action, let me know. I'm happy to do that. And thank you so much for coming by today. Please like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the channel. I will say the content is not my best these days, and the filming is not my best right now, but I love doing this. It's a fun hobby for me, and this is what I can give right now. And so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for it. But just know that hopefully the content and the filming will get a little better for you along the way. But I'm happy you're here for now, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.